1 Chronicles chapter 27, 28, and 29. Let me, if I can, give you the simple context and sort of the heart of the story that we'll get to here in just a moment. This is the episode when David, coming to near the end of his life and ministry, understands from the Lord, as we're told in 1 Chronicles 28, verses 2, 3, and 4, he says, even though I was chosen by God to have this role that I have as king, I mean, it really was the Lord's will that I do what it is that I'm doing. Yet the Lord has said to me that I'm not going to get to do the one thing that you would imagine in this role that I should do, and that is to build the temple. Now, the reason why David was not going to be allowed by God to build the temple is not so much germane to the point that I want to share with you, because there is a principle in this passage that ties in with some of the things we've been talking about of learning how to be a better discipler of other people and coming to understand ultimately what my assignment and my calling is in God to ever be advancing, to ever be promoted, to ever move forward and grow more and more, that I mature in Christ and have, because of that maturity, more and more things that I can pass on to other people. And so David, though he is the king, and there is absolutely no doubt at all that he was in the right place at the right time, this was the role that he was to have. And it might be similar to you as a cell group leader or to one of our pastors, even to me, myself, that we can be in a role and in a place, and God says, this is what I have for you, and yet some of the things that would seem the most normal for you to go ahead and do in that role, there is a kind of prohibition from the Lord, a restraint from the Lord saying, I don't actually want you to do that. And what David was told is that I don't want you to be the one that builds the temple. I have given you all the architectural plans and the designs and everything like that, but I want your son to be the one who builds the temple. And David took all of the plans that God gave him, and he collected then an amazing amount of resource from the people that he was the king over, from all the nation. And he used everything of his wisdom, everything of his experience, all that he knew about authority and the ins and outs of how government works and all of that. He took everything of his oomph that had been accumulated through the years and used that in order to draw together the raw materials and to design the architecture of the design of the building, so that he could take the resource and he could take the plans for that building and hand it on to his son.